Well, Daniel Wild, as you know, is the Director of Research at the Institute of Public Affairs. He's building a wonderful reputation for himself on this program as a young man who thinks and speaks with great relevance and clarity on issues that matter. Tonight, a new poll commissioned by the Institute of Public Affairs reinforces the truth that a majority of Australians, now listen to this, want politicians to abandon net zero, secure energy supplies and avoid blackouts. How is that a surprise? But the poll of 1,001 Australians undertaken in June for the IPA asked respondents a simple question, whether they agree or disagree with the following statement. And this was it. Australia should pause its commitment to the policy of net zero emissions by 2050, as the UK has done, until we have enough energy supplies to avoid blackouts. And the IPA asked them, do you agree or disagree? 61% agreed, only 17% disagreed. But then the breakdown is fascinating. Daniel joins us. Daniel, thank you for your time. Look, by the way, while I'm thinking of it, I'd be interested in the results of another poll if Australians were asked, do you believe we should do what other countries are doing, build high efficiency, low emission coal-fired power stations to take advantage of our abundant coal resources and guarantee cheap energy for Australians and Australian businesses? What do you think the response to that would be, Daniel?
Oh, well, Alan, lovely to be with you again. I think the response will be overwhelmingly positive from the Australian community, who understand the cost of net zero and understand the significant impact that this is having on our economy, our society, our way of life. We're seeing, Alan, across the world and in Australia specifically, the beginning of a great energy crisis with skyrocketing prices, chronic shortages, all of which are the product of short-sighted government policy on both sides of the aisle. Just look at what's happening in Europe right now, Alan. We've got a scramble to get more coal onto the market. We've got the EU that just recently voted to include gas as a clean energy source, which means the government will be backing it in even more. We've had the UK recently say that they need a pause on their net zero emissions commitment in order to shore up their domestic energy supplies. Yet politicians in Australia, cheered on by the corporate elites and the media elites, continue to push this fantasy of wind and solar, which cannot give us the baseload power that we need as a nation. And to go to your question, Alan, of how many Australians would back in coal-fired power, we asked a similar question to that a couple of months ago about what do you think the focus of energy policy should be, reliability, affordability, or meeting net zero. 72% of Australians said that the focus of energy policy must be on reliability and affordability. Only 28% said it should be meeting net zero, and you can only get reliability and affordability from coal.
Absolutely. See, there is no major problem confronting this country that isn't the consequence of politicians and public policy. And as you said, they're then supported by the lefties in the media and the woke mob in the business community. Interestingly, in this poll, though, Daniel, not much difference between the male and female responses.
No, that's right. What we saw was widespread support across all the different ways of breaking down the analysis, whether by age, by gender, by income, by where people live. And this gets to the fact that no matter who you are or where you're from, high energy prices are going to hit you hard. And it goes to the point that Australians understand the cost of net zero. They're waking up to it. The more we learn about net zero, the less support there is. We know at a headline level, net zero sounds like a wonderful marketing slogan. If you just say net zero, do you want net zero? People say, sure, that sounds nice. But when you ask them, do you want to pay for it? No. Do you want to have it compromise your reliability or affordability? No. Do you want to have skyrocketing prices? No. So the more we learn about net zero, the less support there is in the community.